Honorable Ministers from Asia Pacific region, Honorable Minister of State Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of India, Muralidhar Mohanji, President of ICAO, Salvatore Siachitanoji, Secretary, Ministry of Civil Aviation, Walnamji, Directors General, distinguished guests, Namaste and a very good morning to each and every one of you. On behalf of the Government of India, I warmly welcome you all to the second Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation. It is an honor and great pride for us to host this historic event alongside such esteemed global aviation leaders. I extend my sincere gratitude to the President of ICAO for his unwavering support and guidance. Congratulations to ICAO on its 80th anniversary. Your dedication to advancing global aviation standards and safety has been instrumental to the industry's progress, and we deeply value your contributions. Yesterday, I closely followed up on the symposiums and panel discussions, and as I was engaging with many of you during the reception dinner, I was genuinely moved by the enthusiasm and keen interest each one of you brings to this gathering. It is truly heartening to see the energy in the room and the passion with which everyone is contributing. It is clear that we all share the same vision to make this event a resounding success and collectively take global aviation sector to greater heights. The growth story of civil aviation in the Asia Pacific region is both rich and rapid, and I would like to bring everyone's attention to the fact that commercial aviation operations began in Asia Pacific region a century ago. And today, 100 years later in 2024, the coming together of all the regional partners for the conference reflects our aspirations and vision to build a more interconnected Asia Pacific. The region's economic boom in the late 20th century significantly contributed to the rise of aviation, and by the early 21st century, the Asia Pacific has emerged as one of the fastest growing aviation markets globally, with forecasts suggesting it will become the largest aviation market by 2035 with over 3.5 billion passengers forecasted annually. With Asia Pacific region poised to lead global aviation market, strategic investments in infrastructure and collaboration amongst the regional stakeholders is critical to achieving sustainable and balanced growth across the sector. India is truly privileged to serve as the host nation for this landmark event, which is a testimony of our collective commitment to build a more connected, resilient, and robust aviation landscape. It provides a valuable opportunity to exchange best practices and explore scalable models for the advancement of aviation sector. As India hosts this significant conference, I must highlight the rapid advancements made by our country in this sector, backed by successful regional connectivity model under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Much like the eagle that soars high with unmatched vision, India's aviation industry has taken flight, driven by innovation, ambition, and a commitment to reach unprecedented heights. Our aviation market has been growing at an impressive rate of approximately 10 to 12% annually, driven by government policies that support regional connectivity. India's airport infrastructure has expanded significantly in the past decade, with the number of operational airports growing from 74 in 2014 to 157 in 2024. And we have an ambitious plan of scaling this up to 350 to 400 airports by 2047. With our interventions, the domestic air passengers have more than doubled in last span of 10 years, from 67 million in 2014 to 152 million right now. The fleet size of scheduled airlines in the country has also increased from 400 in 2014 to up to 800 in 2024. And we have more than 1,200 aircrafts in order right now, which was collectively placed by our domestic carriers. Today, India stands as the third largest domestic aviation market and one of the fastest growing markets globally. We are also committed to building world-class airports like the upcoming airports in Bhogapuram in Andhra Pradesh, Noida Airport in Uttar Pradesh, and Navi Mumbai Airport in Maharashtra, which are set to revolutionize regional connectivity with state-of-the-art facilities and infrastructure. My vision is to transform India into a global aviation hub by modernizing existing facilities and constructing new ones to meet the growing demands of both domestic and international travelers. Also utilizing this platform, I would like to emphasize that India's commitment towards air connectivity is not only limited to our airspace only. We look at it as a shared responsibility for the growth of the region as a whole. With that perspective, I would highlight some of the impactful advancements that India has made in strengthening domestic aviation, which can be adopted for the greater region. The Government of India in last 10 years has worked diligently to make flying accessible to all its citizens. We are guided by the vision of ease of flying, where affordable air travel is accessible even in the remotest parts of the country. Our regional connectivity scheme, UDAN, focuses on connecting underserved and unserved regions with affordable flights. Over 2.8 lakh flights have been operated under this scheme, opening up 583 new routes in the country. This is a testament to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's vision of democratizing air travel. As part of our initiative, regional airlines receive support to operate at unserved and underserved airstrips and airports through concessions on airport charges, reduced VAT, and excise duty on aviation turbine fuel, and also financial assistance to cover the gap between the operational costs and revenue. We are proud to be at the forefront of initiatives that are helping to transform air travel in this region. As we look forward to the future, our vision is to build a futuristic aviation ecosystem that meets the demands of the 21st century. And for that, my ministry is working with the vision of establishing a seamless aviation landscape in the country by integrating helicopters and seaplane operations alongside wide-body, narrow-body aircrafts under the regional connectivity scheme. This would further enhance the accessibility to remote regions and foster more economic growth. I believe that for recognizing the true potential of the aviation sector, we can't afford to miss the 3 I's of aviation. One is the infrastructure, where developing robust airport terminals and cargo facilities is important, and integration, where seamlessly integrating the movements of the aircraft, seaplanes, helicopters, and much looking into the future, the eVTOLs. And everyone here would agree with the 3rd I, which is the innovation. Innovation is most crucial for the advancement of this sector. As India's aviation minister, I have been spearheading incorporation and scaling up of modern technologies. The Government of India has introduced Digi Yatra, a digital tool enabling seamless, contactless travel for the passengers using biometric technology, thereby decongesting our terminals. It has effectively reduced passenger entry time at the airport from 50 seconds to 1 minute, from 50 to 1 minute to 5 seconds now. Since its inception, the system has also helped save thousands of sheets of paper by eliminating the need to carry physical documents. While the number of airports have doubled up in the last 10 years, the annual passenger growth has increased by 9 times at our airports. Thereby, I believe that we need to aggressively incorporate IT tools and applications to make air travel more sustainable. Another interesting development in India's Directorate General of Civil Aviation is that it has released encouraging guidelines for vertical takeoff and landing aircraft in India. This is a transformative move towards the future, like our President of ICAO has been mentioning. By encouraging the development and operation of eVTOLs, the Government of India is paving the way for innovative, efficient, and sustainable urban transport solutions. These initiatives are aligned with India's vision of enhancing India's regional connectivity, making air travel more comfortable for the passengers, and adopting cutting-edge aviation technologies. We are also actively fostering a robust drone innovative ecosystem, recognizing its potential to revolutionize multiple sectors. Drones are being actively integrated into agriculture with programs like Drone Didi Yojana started by Government of India, which aims to train 15,000 women in the country to operate drones for agricultural purposes, such as fertilizing the crop, monitoring crop health, planting the seeds, and other applications. And we are promoting drones in various other sectors like healthcare, rural development, giving the immense scope of drones to create jobs at the grassroots level of the country. Additionally, drones have been effectively used in disaster relief efforts as well. And recently we have seen during flood situation in Vijayawada in the state of Andhra Pradesh, where drones were deployed to deliver medical aid, food, assess damage, and also assist in rescue operations. We are also strongly focusing on mechanisms to facilitate ease of doing business in the sector. Policies have been introduced to foster aircraft leasing, maintenance, repair, overhaul services, and government is also in continuous deliberations with various OEMs, encouraging them to set up their facilities in India. With a strong talent pool and a strategic geographical location, India is well positioned to offer cost-effective and high-quality MRO services, not only to our domestic fleet, but also to international rail airlines, especially to the Asia Pacific region. And we are continuously taking measures to facilitate MROs in the country through various policy announcements to push the MRO sector inside the country. And we believe that with the attention for the most basic as well as the most crucial aspect of aviation is safe and secure travel for the passengers. We are committed to explore innovative solutions to enhance our navigation systems and create a safe environment in the expanding air traffic space. The safety and security of the passengers is of our utmost importance. We must deliberate upon holding and enhancing aviation safety standards and work towards the seamless adoption of international regulations and standards. Security in aviation is non-negotiable. As we continue our efforts to strengthen aviation security, collaboration between nations is very, very essential. In a world of evolving threats, it is our collective responsibility to ensure the safety of every passenger, crew, and the aircraft in itself. As aviation leaders, we must increase our efforts towards making the sector carbon neutral. This includes transitioning to more sustainable aviation fuels, improving energy efficiency at airports, and adopting greener technologies that minimize emissions. The Asia Pacific region must be at the forefront of this, and to these efforts, leading the way forward towards a sustainable future for aviation. This is in line with the mandate of ICAO, which through its normative work, oversight, and implementation support serves the people of the world in facilitating international civil air transport that is safe, secure, efficient, economically viable, and more importantly, environmentally responsible. The aviation industry has long been recognized as a significant contributor to global carbon emissions. Commercial aviation in particular is responsible for nearly 2% of global carbon emissions as reported by International Energy Agency. This sustainable impact is largely due to the substantial impact is largely due to the vast quantities of jet fuel required to power flights which are flying across continents. Government of India is promoting adoption of sustainable aviation fuel, and the target we set for ourselves is to blend 1% of SAF with jet fuel by the year 2027, and 2% by 2028, and 5% by 2030 for all international flights. Our airports have also made significant advancements in decarbonization of the aviation sector. Delhi's IGI airport and Mumbai's CSMI airport have already achieved carbon neutrality. The Cochin International Airport in Kerala has become the first airport in the world to operate entirely on solar energy, significantly reducing its carbon footprint and energy costs. These initiatives highlight India's commitment to sustainable air travel. As stakeholders, we need to synchronize our efforts for the sector's 2050 decarbonization target. Last but not the least, I would also like to address an important issue which the Indian government is prioritizing, and that is gender equality in aviation. It is time to promote and encourage greater participation of women in the aviation sector, whether let it be pilots, engineers, air traffic controllers, or leaders in aviation governance. Women bring a wealth of talent and perspective, and we must ensure that our policies and practices create an inclusive environment where both men and women thrive together. There are approximately 10,000 pilots with various airlines in India, and with women constituting 15% of the country's pilots, which is almost 3 times higher than the global average. We are very proud to showcase that number. India's DGCA has been issued an advisory recently to the stakeholders to increase the participation of women in its workforce to 25% by 2025. Taking a cue from it, the Asia Pacific region must collaboratively make efforts for even greater participation of women in its aviation ecosystem. Our discussions at this conference must focus on strategies to ensure that the aviation sector is equipped with a skilled workforce to meet future demands. And this calls for a collaborative effort among Asia Pacific members, governments, educational institutions, airlines, and other industry stakeholders. The aviation needs infusion of fresh enthusiasm and ideas in the wider domains of aviation like airspace utilization, policy, and sustainability. The world of aviation is changing rapidly. From advanced air mobility to electric aircraft, new technologies are revolutionizing how we think about air travel. It is our responsibility to ensure that we not only keep up with these changes, but also lead them in the coming future. In my address, I have mentioned about the 3 I's of aviation: infrastructure, integration, and innovation, but I feel it is incomplete without mentioning the 4th I, which is the ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization, an impactful organization which has been facilitating collaboration by bringing together the governments and aviation leaders. ICAO's role is significant in guiding the stakeholders to a common consensus. I'm very optimistic that our shared aspirations and priorities will lead the adoption of Delhi Declaration, which will serve as a roadmap for elevating aviation in Asia Pacific region to much greater heights. I eagerly anticipate the fruitful discussions ahead. Thank you, and once again, welcome to India, which is the land of infinite opportunities. Thank you very much.